there's certain gene pathways that metabolize each macro: fat, carbs, plants. I can't tell you how many people that I have had to tell them that the day you became vegan is the day you started getting sick. And this is not true for everybody, but some people, the enzymes you need to break down plant proteins. So if you're getting your protein from beans, lentils, chickpeas, legumes, etc., but the genes, your genetic code around using those foods efficiently not doesn't work, then you're going to get sick over time. There's some people that go on a keto diet, for example, where we look at the APOA2 gene and we might have to let them know that, by the way, this keto diet is the reason you don't feel good, the reason your hormones are disrupted, the reason you have brain fog, the reason you have an insulin problem. It has nothing to do with sugar. It has to do with fat, because your genetics around fat metabolism are not good. And so we have to be hyper specific on what these people actually metabolize. There's other genes around the gut microbiome, and some people needing to eat more fermented foods and kombucha and kefir to maintain the health of their gut, because they don't genetically do it automatically. But the big one is, and this was part of my story and why I was so sick and why I discovered, there's another way to do things, is there's a gene called GSTM1. And it is the primary first line of defense for your gut. So whatever you eat, whatever pesticides, chemicals, plastics, etc., that come along with that food are meant to be detoxified, removed, and then you pee it out, sweat it out, poop it out, right? It gets out, it removes from your body. This gene uses glutathione, an antioxidant, which is a powerful antioxidant, to do that job. I don't have the gene. Missing. Completely missing from my code. And
so you got no filter.
no
You
filter,
just
right?
no filter.
Now,
Oh
at the
man.
time, I thought I was doing well because a friend of mine who was a naturopath said, hey, if you just want a one-size-fits-all answer, basic thing to do, go be on a Mediterranean diet, because that's the healthiest, sort of easy thing to do that doesn't need much management. I said, okay, that's what I'll do. Mediterranean sounds good, right? So me and my business partner used to do a lot of lunch meetings with clients, and we would go to this Lebanese place, which was a Mediterranean diet, some grilled meat, a little bit of hummus, a little bit of bread, and a little bit of salad. It seemed very healthy. What I didn't understand was that where I live in Canada, because we have long winters, there's chemicals used in farming to dry the crops faster so that they can turn around the yield and then also store them in all these grain silos, right? And those chemicals are approved by Health Canada and FDA as safe, because most people you test aren't missing this gene that I'm missing. So they can detoxify it. Now, I was eating this stuff regularly, healthy food. Nobody would argue. No nutritionist would tell you this is a bad idea, right? But me, it was a horrible idea, because on a 3 to 4 times a week basis, I was eating this toxic hummus that I did not detoxify, and I ended up with leaky gut. I ended up with migraines. I ended up with eczema so bad that I couldn't open my left eye. It was sealed shut. I ended up with psoriasis all over my body, and I ended up with depression, didn't want to get on a bed. And so doctors were telling me these were all diseases that I had. And really what was going on is my gut was so dysbiotic and broken that but the rest of my body was starting to get inflamed. So I finally knew what the root cause was, and I started to address that. And then when I addressed that, I'm not sick. I don't have any of these things that I needed medication for previously.
Okay, so a couple things on that. Number one, medication. Okay, big pharma. Like I personally, I don't take any medications for anything. And luckily, thank God, right? I don't have to. And I don't like medication. Anytime I ever get, sick or whatever, I fight it out. And everybody's like, man, you should go to the doctor. You should go to the doctor. I'm like, no, I'm gonna sweat this out. Like I'm old school, right? Unless it gets like, when you know, right? Like I'm like, okay, this is a little something else. But when it comes to medication, like when do you know to listen to that side and to go, okay, I really do need this. This is something that, like, when do you know to listen to your doctor? Like, because I really don't trust doctors. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know they're trying their best. But this is what they've been taught, and I do feel like it's not I feel like it's wrong, honestly. Personally, that's just my personal opinion. Guys, do your own research, seek your own counsel, seek your own, advisors, whatever. But personally, I don't trust everything I'm being told by doctors.